cool. Okay, our next speaker is Catherine Forsyth, another of our Marine Systems and Policy students, who is obsessed with Norway. and she has a lived experience and an academic examined experience of the authenticity of tourism in Norway. Catherine, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So firstly, let me ask you to think just for a few seconds. Have you ever gone on holiday and been a wee bit disappointed when you got there? Was it sort of not as you thought it might be? Well, hold on to these thoughts, and in the next 5 minutes I'll talk through the concept of authenticity at tourist destinations, specifically with reference to Norway. So what is authenticity? It's a concept which is kind of difficult to exactly pinpoint, but basically underlying it are concepts of distance and truth. So how close can a tourist get to a culture or landscape, and is this a real portrayal of that culture or landscape? So in the top corner, I've shown Sami tourism, and that's taken from, actually just go back a slide. So at the bottom corner here, this is the Hurtigruten, and this is the Norwegian coastal boat which goes up and down. And the top picture is from one of the sort of cruises that you can go on. And both pictures kind of made me go, wow, what is this? Specifically the one with the eagle, and then I kind of thought, is this superimposed? Is this sort of well advertising? But I think that is a real picture. So the Sami tourism comes from the Hurtigruten website, one of the excursions, and then the king crab fishing is another activity that can take place in northern Norway. And so from this picture, which was taken off the website, that looks pretty authentic. That person is quite close to a king crab and seems to be having a good time, so you could say that's nice and authentic. So tourist destinations have a certain life cycle, which was first described by Butler in the 80s. And so the life cycle diagram begins with very slow growth, sort of in this stage, and then there's a period of more steady growth, going up there, and then the period of rapid growth. So from the sort of late 1880s is when the growth really began in Norway and Scandinavia, and that's when it was the land of the midnight sun. And then so we're currently, from looking at different tourist figures, we're sort of in this sort of stability, consolidation stage, and the tourist is kind of decreasing, sort of flattening off a little bit. And from there actually, so yeah, there's the 4 arrows. So after this decline, it can either then go up again and have a sort of rejuvenation and a new tourist era, or it can sort of decline. And so, in this story of northern Norway, there's sort of heroes and villains in that the issues of a decline in tourism at the present stage, and also how do you create happier tourists who are more likely to come back or more likely to sort of promote it to their friends. So the two sort of solutions or heroes, as I said, are the Hurtigruten, that's the coastal boat, or the indigenous Sami tourism. And so the Hurtigruten is part cruise ship, part ferry, and it goes up and down every day from Bergen right up to the Russian border. And so it sort of offers holidaymakers the opportunity to interact with local Norwegians. And so you could say that's a pretty authentic experience. It appeals to a certain demographic, and generally people that go on the Hurtigruten, they're sort of over 50, a wee bit wealthy, they'll travel as a couple, and so for them it's actually a really efficient way of sort of seeing a lot of coastal northern Norway, which otherwise would be quite difficult to do so. So as one of the methods of my dissertation, I looked at TripAdvisor, and I analysed quite a lot on TripAdvisor, which is soul destroying. And so although it's Northern Norway is advertised online, the advertising for Northern Norway is amazing, it looks incredible, all these pictures really sort of promote it. Some people, although the reviews were very positive, they did sort of emphasise that there's a lot more to see in Northern Norway, and so the experiences you can have there, it's not just limited to the Hurtigruten. So the second hero is the Sami tourism, and so these pictures come from the Hurtigruten website, which they run excursions onto the land to go and sort of have experiences with them. And certainly these pictures they confirmed my preconceived notions that they're colourfully dressed, cheerful people that will invite you into their home, and of course they're a reindeer. And so Sami tourism sort of offers to pass on knowledge to visitors, and sort of teaches them respect for the environment. So it offers a sort of deep sort of spiritual experience. So the takeaway message is that seeing is believing, as was shown in the slide with the Sami people and the king crab fishing. We must be careful not to base our sort of preconceived ideas and images of a place on pictures that we've seen online, and sort of wait until you get there to build up your own images. The Hurtigruten and Sami tourism both do seem fairly authentic, but from looking at the TripAdvisor reviews, they could be improved. And lastly, the internet is a large influence on potential tourists and what they think before they go there. And Norway isn't short of different coastal activities. So by making the activities and experiences more authentic and creating happier tourists who are more likely to come back or recommend it to a friend, tourism era can hopefully exist in a fairly sustainable way. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. And tourism is something that's kind of undercurrent in landscape ecology and seascape ecology.